Kansas City Council members are meeting with the fire chief. Millions of dollars are being spent on people constantly calling for ambulances and not paying the bill. The chief and the council members are trying to find a solution to that problem. Sarah Hollenbeck is learning more this morning about those phone calls. Sarah?
Good morning. That's right. They're meeting right behind us, and we do have another reporter inside listening to that meeting. But I can tell you that most of the calls that have been placed have come from the city jail as well as a halfway house in the West Bottoms. And now they're trying to figure out why so many calls are being made from those two locations. So take a look at this video. This is one of those first locations where all of these calls are coming from. This community release center or halfway house is on Mulberry Street in the West Bottoms, and it accounted for the most calls in 2013. In fact, the numbers show that somebody at that facility called for an ambulance every day, sometimes twice a day, for an entire year, according to Fire Chief Paul Berardi. Now, Kansas City is losing $12 million a year by just a few dozen people calling 911 for an ambulance in non-emergency situations. The city jail on Locust Street also racked up several hundred calls for ambulances last year. In some cases, when the prisoner got to the medical center or the hospital, he or she made a run for it, according to city council members who are meeting on these ambulance response times right now. Now, here's a look at the top addresses where ambulances were dispatched in 2013. An ambulance responded to that halfway house we talked about on Mulberry Street 560 times. And they went to the city jail on Locust Street 366 times. That's all in 1 year. And all of these calls are costing taxpayers. As we said, they are meeting to try and find a solution right now, but the fire chief tells me this is a difficult situation. They have to send an ambulance every time someone calls, just in case of an emergency. And he also says most of the people making those calls for an ambulance do not have insurance. Reporting live outside City Hall, I'm Sarah Hollenbeck for 2 Action News.